Hey everybody. So I want to make a video for the following assignments so we can just better clarify what I'm expecting from you guys since we're going to be changing things up from the papers you're used to writing. The next assignments that we're going to be finishing up the semester with are going to involve uh, designing or learning how to design a game. And we're going to pick our dream games that we all have, and we're going to create a public blog to document, future work we will do on it. We'll create a game design document that lists all the bullet points of your game, and we'll research the art style of your dream game. So those three talking points will be what your next three assignments will be in your assignment modules. So to get this started, I want to give an example of what I'm looking for. As you can see now, I'm on the assignment module. You can read this on your own. I have a brief explanation of the goals I have for you guys, and these requirements will be pretty important. And the only deliverable you'll need for this first assignment will be the web address for your blog. And in this first assignment, we're just going to be learning how to use Google Blogger so we can become more comfortable with making our own blogs that we can share publicly on the internet. Grading will be based on the quality of the above bullet points. So before I get into these bullet points, I'm going to show some examples of design blogs that I've made throughout my years. I have three good examples. This first one right here is my master's thesis game that I made. Uh, I made a 3D beat 'em up game, and I posted all of my progress publicly online. And if you want to check it out for yourself, there's the web address right there, terraforce5.patrgames.com. And if you want to kind of check it out, you can see what I did here. Really, it's just a regular, post a topic, but my topics included the art assets and some code that a friend of mine was working on with me at the time. I didn't program this game at the time. I was solely focused on the art assets. So each one of my posts was, more progress I had made. Posting like little animations, clips of my enemies, all the way to, you know, actual gameplay of the game. And I won't really show too much of this stuff. And I have it broken up into some interesting ways. Of course, there's the home page, which has all your blog posts that you just update your blog with constantly. But also, I have a thing set up called pages. These pages allowed me to really get the jump. Let me refresh this real quick. These pages allowed me to really get the have spaces on my blog where I could dedicate to one topic, such as all of my character biases. So you really don't post topics on pages. You just kind of edit it like you would any kind of document or single web page. So I have these pages broken up between design documents. And in this case, I do character bios for all my characters, introduce my characters, and I even have a page set up for just tutorials here. And this is so old, the tutorials probably don't exist anymore. Also, it's hung on something here. Let me X that out and go to the home page again real quick. Yeah, this is a really old blog, so I think some of my links don't work anymore. We're talking about maybe 6 years old. So that's a brief explanation of pages. And you notice I also have a layout of my navigation. So I was able to assign labels, such as at the bottom of each post, I could assign a label, such as AI, animation, gameplay, and for something like basic character animations, I guess it was about 5 years old. I was able to label it as animation and characters. That way, if a person wanted to just view maybe the AI of the game, then they could see, updates involving AI write-ups. Or if you wanted to see concept art, you could click on all the concept art of the blog, like so. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you maybe one more example. Here's a blog I did on a just a quick little Unity game when I was learning how to program in Unity a year or two ago. Um, yeah, there you can see I have my design document, different learning resources that I would be using during the project. I have a things to do list. When I would finish it, I would add a strike through font type. I would go in and just update my page. And I never got too far into it because other jobs came up. But if I would have completed any art assets or any kind of game mechanics, I would post it here. And I'm going to give you a brief little look into. I got something up here blocking my way. Sorry, guys. A brief little look into the independent studio blog I was doing. Um, the studio is now closed, so I don't think this is a problem. But I managed this blog as well, and you can see I have the same kind of setup. An archive that lists all the posts made in chronological order, and just different pages that highlight different assets, like so. Ascension War website. That link is definitely old. Uh, yeah, I have an Endo 2 tutorial that I made posted up on the blog for other artists. I eventually graduated to art director of the studio, so I would be constantly posting little tutorials for my team. Um, yeah, so those are kind of what I'm looking for. You had 3 different flavors of blogs that you guys will be working with. So with that in mind, why don't we look at how we can start setting up our own blog? And I'm not going to get into too many specifics here for the sake of brevity of the video. And I kind of want you guys to play around and tinker with stuff on your own, find out on your own. So I'm going to X out of all these different blogs. And here I am at just www.google.com. I'm going to sign in, and I'm going to use my Blue Ridge email account here. So we're just signing in. And now you should be logged in. You can see your web address right up there. So hopefully you guys will see the same page I am, because that's just what I'm basing my stuff off of. So if I click here, I don't see Blogger anywhere. So I can go to more, and then even more from Google. Where is Blogger at? Well, I must not have it added here. So how are we going to find Blogger? Business media. I know it's around here somewhere. Well, why don't we just Google Google Blogger? And there we go, www.blogger.com. Ah, why am I blocked out of making a blog on my let me pause this and see what's going on. Well, I assumed that we could use our Blue Ridge accounts to make our blogs, but it looks like we're having I don't know if we have access to that within the administration. Tell you what, I'll see what I can do about opening that up. What we may have to do is we may just have to use personal email accounts, Gmail accounts, to do this if we don't have access through our Blue Ridge account. So that means if I can't get the administration privileges for you guys on this, which I doubt I will, because you know how admins can be sometimes, I guess. I don't know. So contingency plan would be to create your own personal Gmail address so we can access it. So I'm going to sign out of my Blue Ridge account. That was a lesson in learning there. I'm just going to sign in with my personal Gmail address. And so I'm going to go, I've Googled Blogger right there, blogger.com. And this is our homepage on our Blogger site here. You can see I have a myriad of blogs. A lot of my blogs are devoted to teaching resources like so. So what we can do, though, is if all this is blank, the only option you'll really have is to create a new blog like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to give this a title. So why don't we do something like SGD 112? I think this is 112, isn't it? Yep, it is. I'm good. SGD 112. And then you can either call it something like, well, I think this title is what's going to show up on your blog, what your blog is going to be called. So SGD Dream Game or something like that. It's really whatever you want to call it. If you already have the name of your game, you can call it that. but your address should be something that's easy to get to, like SGD 1112 Dream Game or something like that, because this is the address we'll be using to navigate to your uh, blog here. So why don't we just all use kind of the huh? Well, if we all use the same one, then SGD 112 Dream Game would be it. So why don't we do something like SGD 112 Patrick Rotor Dream Game? Just something that gives you an unique identifier. I mean, you don't have to use this. I would prefer if you did, just to keep it simple. But we're all gonna need something that we can remember and something that's unique to one another to create our address for our blog. Blog address is invalid or is not supported. I guess that might be too long. SGD 112 Dream. I don't know. Pat R Dream Game. I don't know why that wouldn't be necessary. Wow, this tutorial is just getting off to just an amazing start, isn't it? I think it's because we might have a hyphen up there. Nope, invalid. So why don't we just do SGD Pat R Dream Game. So why don't we try? I think I know what's wrong. We can't just give it a regular name. Pat R Dream Game. There, I think I know the problem. .blogspot.com is what I was missing. See how it gave me that suggestion on what to use? So SGD112 PADR Dream Game.blogspot.com. That's a mouthful, but it clearly describes what our assignment's going to be about. So now we can kind of pick a template for how we want to design our blog. And I'm just going to go with simple, but you guys can pick whatever you want as long as you know how to feel comfortable in managing some of the more advanced blogs. And we'll just go to create blog here. All right. And I think Google Domains is really trying to get people to buy their own domain name. Yeah. For only $120 a year, you can have all these features. No, we don't need that. Basically, it's just saying, do you want to have dreamgame.blogger.com or you just want to have dreamgame.com? Because we can do that for you for some money. For this assignment, please don't pay for a domain name. All right, so this is our home base for our Dream Game blog right here. Posts allow you to view what kind of posts we've made. If we just want to add a new post, like I just updated something to my game, and I'll give it a title such as, or since it's the first one, I'll say welcome. And then I can use a bunch of different formatting tools that we're used to seeing in word processors, and I can say, welcome to my Dream Game blog. Great. And then you can format it any way you want, but we're not going to do that. You can do links and pictures and stuff. You can even edit the HTML. So I know a little bit of HTML. So BR are like spaces, basically, page break. And then we'll just hit publish. And now we have in our post, we can see we have one post, one published post, and an all post. Then we can see the results of our blog by going to view blog. And here we just have one of the most basic things. I'm on the internet right now. Anybody could probably see this. And we're rocking and rolling. So if I want to get back to editing my blog, how do I do that? Do I go to design? Looks like I do. So as long as you're logged in to your Gmail account that you'll be using for this, you'll be able to do things like, make a new post from the screen or go back to your design menu here. And here's where I was talking about with pages, something that you'll be doing to manage your pages and manage your different talking points that I'll be listing on the requirements. So we have a new page. Let's give our page a new title called Design Documents or Design Document. And I'll list all my bullet points for design. That's what this design document is built for. But for right now, we're going to leave it blank because design document will be your next assignment in about a week or so. And then we'll just publish that. And now we should have a page on our blog, right? It's great. Okay. I got my blog archive. I don't see design document anywhere. Well, we're going to have to fix that. We're going to have to figure out how we can get my pages that we just made to show up. So we're going to skip all the way down to layout here. And your layout is where you'll pretty much say, define the layout or how all the different little gadgets or headers or the main stuff of your blog is going to function. So I don't see anything related to pages. So I want to figure out a way to put pages to show up on my blog right here. So I'm going to have to add a new gadget. So a cross column is like a module that goes across the page. So if you want to add your pages section across the top of your blog, you can. We're going to use a sidebar gadget. I'm going to use a sidebar gadget. So when you open that up, it brings up something like this. And we should just be able to kind of browse and see what we got. Is there pages here? Pages. Display standalone pages on your blog. I'll go press the plus sign. I'll hit save. And now I should have pages on the right side of my blog. There we go. There's my pages. Wait a minute. I don't have my design document page. Let's go back to design. Something's still wrong. We're going to go to layout again. And I'm going to go to pages on my sidebar gadget area and hit edit. Well, we have to actually click our design document page that we made right here. And now it should show up. You can even change the order in which they're displayed here by just dragging and dropping. If it'll ever work. There we go. I'll hit save. Like so. I go to preview. And there we go. Now I have design documents listed. I can even go to view blog and I can see it. I can see if it's functioning. And there, no comments, nothing added on my design document. So learning how to make pages and have them display will be a pretty important part of your blog. Another important part of your blog is to, let me just go back to the basic start, like so. Another thing you may want to, that you're going to be required to do is change the visual appeal of your blog. And you can do that by going to template. All right, this will bring up different types of templates you can have for your blog. So I can, if I want to have a red blog that's already predefined for me, I can do that. I'm going to right click on view blog and just open it up in another tab. And we can have these predefined templates for us if we want to, find a good starting point. But eventually I'm going to encourage you guys, or rather kind of, require you guys to put a personal touch on something. So we can go to customize, and this will bring up a menu that'll allow us to change various different things on our blog, such as a background. You can pick any kind of background image you want to use. Let's see, let's remove that image. You can even go to advanced, and this is where the meat and potatoes of our template designer comes from, because we can change every single bit of what's going on our blog. I can even change the background here. Let's see, there's the background. Yeah, the background, I can change, if I just had a solid color for my background, I could do something like that. Or you can go to background itself and go to upload image. You can choose any kind of image you find online that you save to your computer, or you can use a pre-made one, just depending on what you want to do. So I can go to background. I'll click on the background image. I can either upload something, but I think I'm just going to go to, let's see, let's do technology. There we go. I'll just use something like that. And whenever you make a change to this, right click on view blog and just open it up in a new tab. Oh, looks like I forgot to do something, right? We're still red. I forgot to apply it to my blog there. So if I right click on view blog again, now I can see how my blog's coming along. So it's different things you can do in advanced is just dictate, what color your links will be that you can click on. You can change their color. There's a whole bunch of things you can do here. All right. So just play around with that. Let's go back to Blogger. I'm on my SGD 112 Dream game still. Let's see, I think there's a way on layouts where if you wanted to change the header of your blog, you can go to edit, and you can even make your own header in Photoshop or something like that, and then upload it onto your blog. And I don't know if I have something that I want to put up there. I'm delving into the depths of my computer publicly. This can't be good. All right, well, I'm going to stop going through my files here. But you can even upload your own header images, and I'll give you an example of that. I can open up this, and I already have Blogger kind of added to my checker box here, so I'm going to quickly get to it. So with my TerraForce 5, if I view that again, I made this header banner inside of Photoshop and just uploaded it straight to my blog to give my blog a more personal touch. So, having your own personal background, having your own personal header, that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for in the assignment here. All right, so now that I've shown you basic ways to interact with your blog and set it up, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at that. I want you guys to work together on maybe making this stuff. If you know a lot about this stuff, kind of maybe when you're working in the lab, help out people next to you. All right, so why don't we go over some of the requirements that we'll need for this. I've already gone over most of them just through casually talking about this. But the first requirement will be picking out your game. Duh. This is your dream game. Everybody, you know that dream game. It's stored in the back of your mind. Now will be your chance to share it with the world and the class. We already saw how we can use our Google Blogger. Originally, I thought you might be able to use your BRCC email account. Go ahead and try that first and get back to me to see if you guys can. We'll figure it out together. Um, and then your theme, we're talking about your color schemes, font style, header banners, all that stuff I was just talking about. Kind of get it to the theme of your game. If your game's a fantasy game, have like some fantasy stuff like castles or huge destroyed buildings and ruins or something like that. Or if it's a sci-fi game, have spaceships or a science fiction-y font rocking, anything like that to support the theme of your game. All right, the layout of the blog in an intelligent manner, that goes back to the kind of themes and layouts we were doing earlier, or the templates and layouts rather. Um, I prefer simple being better. And when anybody's viewing a website, they don't want to have to click through a million different things to get to the content of your blog. So keep that in mind. Navigation is really important, and visuals should not get in your way. If your background image or your headers get in the way of a link, or it's just making the format and indentation of your blog terrible, you might need to fix that. And then when I was talking about pages earlier, you're going to include the following pages: a page for your design document, and that'll be a future assignment. A page for the art style of your game, that'll be another future assignment. And then I gave you some examples of more pages you could add, like a schedule or things that you might need to do when making your game, completed assets, and then any kind of learning resources that might help you or your team when working on your blog. Just go ahead and make these pages, and if you want to fill up some of these things, the last three, or any other page that you might need, go ahead. For right now, hold off on filling anything for design document or filling out anything for art style. Those will be future assignments, and I'll go over those assignments whenever they open up. This blog will be public, so other classmates should be able to view this blog. And in the future, I'm going to encourage right now for classmates to check out these blogs and leave comments. So I really want you guys to kind of share each other's games ideas. That'll be cool. And then your blog's web address will be important for when you turn this in. Like, for instance, mine was www.sgd1112 Pat R dreamgame.blogspot.com. Of course, I misspelled Pat R Dream Game. There we go. Let's try that out. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, I forgot the R in Pat R. And there's that dress. So, eventually I got it, but I knew what I was trying to do. I just couldn't spell it right. So, having a really easy blog address will be key for turning in. Where am I at? Turning in your blogs for your assignment this week. So, your deliverable will be the public address and navigate to your blog. So yeah, we'll turn that in, and grading will just be based on the quality of the above requirement bullet points. If I can tell you spent a lot of time on this, good on you. You're probably going to get a really good grade. But if you're throwing this thing together the morning of, or you're late and you just threw something together to get, I'm going to hit you hard on that. So one more thing to note: I've now moved due dates to Thursdays because that's when we meet. So something a little bit new there. It's just, I think it'll be easier for you and I. All right. So this assignment is going to be due in about a week's time on November 5th. That is a Thursday. All right. Great. We have 8 days to do that according to this tutorial. All right. So that is going to be your assignment for Module 11. A little bit of a departure from your papers, but we're going to spend the rest of the semester learning how to, you know, set up a area where you can start putting your thoughts together on designing a game. I mean, this is 112 design, right? All right, so get to it, guys. I want to see what you guys come up with.